Okay, I'm gonna be breaking down my production on I Love Weed, my I Love Speed by Lolita Storm cover. I already recorded a bit, but we had to go to break, so I'm just gonna do it again. Let's start with the sequencer, which is the first thing I did. I used Drum Machine Designer and put it in here. For the bass drum and the snare, I used samples from Run 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 The Game of Chase by You and the Explosion Band. And for the hi-hat, I just used one of the Logic preset ones. Then it's a 2-bar loop, and at the end here there's a transition into the pre-chorus where I just cropped the end off and repeated it. Anyway, so if you look at the automation, I made it slightly decrease in volume so that it's a smoother transition. And for the effects, I used clip distortion with the heat preset and I don't really know what any of these do. I mean, I do, but I can't really describe it. I just adjust until I think it sounds good. I used a compressor so it's not really loud and ear-piercing. I put a compressor on everything so that it's all uniform. I did channel EQ, so you can see the high end is pretty up there. And Bit Crusher for the with rough crunch preset for like a kind of pixely crushed sound. Oh. The second thing I did was The second thing I did was the bells. I used the Gritty Bells preset. Oh, actually, let me show you without any of these on. Oh. That's a bit loud. Big difference. For the air bells, they sound very distorted and kind of like a broken piano or something. So it like takes the lullaby aspect and makes it all scary. Anyway, I basically used the same exact things. Oh, never mind, I was on the wrong one. I used channel EQ. Didn't do much here. And clip distortion with the Blaze preset. So here's what it sounds like. The clip distortion definitely does the heavy lifting. I don't know what the EQ is about. I think I kind of just abandoned that. But as you can see, they don't start right on the line. It's slightly after. This is why the vocals are a little bit wrong in this part. They're supposed to line up with the bells, but it's hard. Next thing is the pre-chorus. Started with these drums, which are a lot, I don't know the word to describe it, but they're quieter, more like they're limited almost compared to this. Let's see this. Okay. For this one, the sample I used was Tommy Rowe, Hide something. I don't know what the full name. Oh, wait. Hide Daddy's Whiskey by Tommy Rowe. So I used the just bass drum and snare, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty simple beat just repeats. As you can see, I did it on the MIDI thing. And for this one, I use quick sampler, clip distortion with the behemoth setting, bit crusher. As you can see, I crushed it down a lot with wrap and chipped bits, compressor, as always, and this channel EQ. Whoa, that is very extreme, crazy. Low end is low, the high end is high, the mids are just up. Yeah, let's hear it without. It's it's so quiet, so it doesn't really sound like the original. The original is more like loud and powerful, but I think the sample I used was a little bit too like soft for this. So I think it still sounds okay, especially with this heavy kick. So it's just a kick on every beat. It's a really like, it's like a techno, like hard style kind of thing. I think I used drum synth. Don't remember doing that, but here it is. It's just like a default drum sound from Logic. Nothing special, but once you add the clip distortion, a little bit of EQ, compression, it sounds like this. Obviously that's all the clip distortion doing it, but it really adds that extra power to this pre-chorus drum bit, which makes it more powerful and aggressive. I think balances it out a lot better. Moving on to this drum chop. This one I'm most proud of from this song. I got a sample, I put it in the audio track, and I just spliced it up but looking at the waveforms, and I labeled the different drums, and I moved them all up and then just copy and pasted and rearranged them. So it's not all on grid, as you can see, but I didn't realize that I have to do it on grid. But it's not that off grid, so it still sounds fine. As you can see, I've labeled it bass, crash, double hi-hat, and that's it. And it just, yeah. Oh, I forgot to look at the automation on the other one. Let's go back a little bit. On this, the quiet drums, instead of doing it down, I did it up to have that clean transition. Let's go back to this. This one has no automation on it. Yeah, it has a lot of effects. It has chroma glow, which Annoyus added. That makes it, it's a really like, a really distorted distortion. Clip distortion with just default preset. Channel EQ, see the low end is very low. Bit of mid and high end. Bit crusher with rough crunch. Tape delay. This is because it's supposed to ring out here. At like the transition back into the verse. So, that's why, and compression as well. So without these, sounds like this. You can definitely hear the imperfections in the chopping more. With that, is that the effects I did? Sounds about right. Okay. And next. Yeah, it just repeats after that with the instruments. So there's also this lead, which is not that noticeable if you listen to it. You can barely hear it, but it's like a little guitar sound. Sculpture. It's a synth. I used a synth thing, and I don't actually. British combo synth lead, apparently. But I remember doing it with a guitar thing. I think it's just like a guitar preset on Logic. And then I made it sound like a distorted electric guitar with this amp, off-axis heavy, bass up, gain up, no mids, and more treble, but more bass than treble. Some reverb, and this stuff, as well as channel EQ and a bit crusher to match the rest of the song with the rough crunch. So without these, it sounds like this. Just a classic digital guitar. It sounds like shit on its own, just like the plucked thing, but with these effects, it has a lot more life, and I think using this wouldn't be that good for like a main melody, but in the background it's really effective. So it just plays behind the chorus when it says "I love speed." Let's hear it. I already played it. I don't know why I'm playing it again. But automation. Oh, what'd I do? It stops so it doesn't bleed into the rest of the parts. Okay, so that's all the instruments. That's all the instruments. Let's move on to vocals. So the first vocal I added was my own. My bad. Okay, the first vocal I added was my own. And this was quite challenging to mix.
When I say I want weed, you must give it to me. W-E-E-D.
It has a very fuzzy, distorted kind of like, it's limited so it's not really loud, but it's still like,
When I say
it's very like, yeah, fuzzy, static. For this, I didn't use EQ. That's surprising. I used clip distortion with the preset Dusty Drive. Bit crusher with 8-bit downshift. And a compressor. Without these effects, sounds like this.
When I say I want weed, you must give it to me. W-E-E-D.
It's quite quiet. Then
When I say
it really boosts it. Let me show you. Okay, here. I mentioned this in my video journal, I'm pretty sure, where the takes were kind of bad, so I spliced them together.
When I was a little girl, I was always laughing, having fun, but
The chop is kind of abrupt, and I don't know what this black line is, but I think it makes like a little stop. But I don't really mind. I think it's still like it matches the vibe of the song and just digital hardcore in general, where it's quite like messy. There's mistakes. Sometimes things go off time, and like it's kind of like punk, but if it was digital. I mean, you can kind of infer that from the name, but I feel like that just it lets me have more mistakes and not have everything be clean, which is it's a lot easier, and I just like it more. I think it adds a lot more flavor to the songs. Now, Harry's vocal. It has the exact same effects with the same presets and everything. I just copy and pasted it.
when I
It's a little louder than my vocal because
was
in some parts he's louder than me, but in some parts he's quieter, and I didn't want to add automation because it would just make it hard to adjust the volume. So I just didn't do that. I just kind of was just lazy about that. But you know, time crunch. So this is what it sounds like without.
when I was a little boy, I was always laughing, having fun, but now I am.
So together, this is us in harmony.
When I was a little boy, I was always laughing, having fun, but now
I think that goes pretty well. My voice is a lot higher than his, so it creates a good harmony. I think it complements together well. As you can see, all the levels here. I didn't explain them, but hopefully I did this right. So yeah, I think that's it. Except, oh yeah, at the end here, I added like a little extra bit like that we just did after recording our part. I just kept it in because I thought it's kind of fun. So it just goes like this.
That's wrong.
I don't know, I like that, it's just cute. So yeah, that is the rundown of oh, I forgot. The mastering. Where is it? Where is it? It was right here. I haven't. Hold on. Let's just reopen it. Okay, there we go. There's this thing that Mark added. I don't remember what it is, but it's on Fast Attack 4 band. Oh my god. It's gonna have no volume, whatever. And this multimeter is it just shows the levels of everything. That's what Mark said had a good reading on it. And then there was this mastering thing that I added. I think I just adjusted these and nothing else. Maybe I adjusted the EQ a bit. I'm not sure, but I think it's mostly just Logic that did it. So yeah, that is actually the end of it. That is my song. Hopefully I explained it well. Thanks for watching.